Good morning, everyone. My name is Stephen Stroll, and I am the co-director of the New York City Department of Education Yoga and Mindfulness Teacher Preparation Program, along with my colleague Beverly Logan, and on behalf of Executive Superintendents Karen Watts and Barbara Freeman, it is my pleasure to welcome you to our Friday practice. The pilot cohort of the NYC DOE Yoga and Mindfulness Teacher Preparation Program, funded by a generous grant from Brooklyn Borough President Eric L. Adams, graduated from our certification program this past January. As we consider our contribution in this remote environment, we believe teaching live in both our regular work streams and these twice-weekly public practices will help us realize our vision of a certified NYC DOE Yoga and Mindfulness teacher in every school by 2030. When last we left our friends, they had just fallen down from a tree, and it was Tigger's fault. Quite a bit of trouble you put through, wasn't it, Tigger? Well, I learned from the experience, though, he said, a bit evasively. Oh, did you? Of course, you won't find me doing anything like that again, he said in a confident sort of way. That's good, I said. On your way to somewhere, are you? Yes, he said. Rue and I are going swimming. Oh, well, don't forget to take a rope. A rope? Why a rope, said Tigger. Oh, just in case you see somebody fall in, I said. Now, why didn't I think of that, said Tigger. A saying from an area of Chinese medicine would be appropriate to mention here. One disease, long life. No disease, short life. In other words, those who know what's wrong with them and take care of themselves accordingly will tend to live a lot longer than those who consider themselves perfectly healthy and neglect their weaknesses. So in that sense, at least, a weakness is some sort of a big favor if you acknowledge that it's there. The same goes for one's limitations. Whether Tiggers know it or not, and Tiggers usually don't. That's the trouble with Tiggers, you know. They can do everything very unhealthily. And now I am pleased to introduce our certified YMTP² yoga and mindfulness teachers, Sasha Arnesen and Barnaby Spring. Live from Brooklyn, Sasha Arnesen.
All right, good morning, everyone. So glad to be here today. For today, all we'll need is a chair, and if you need some support where you're sitting in the chair, you can use blocks or you can use books, whatever is helpful for you. And for today, we are going to start with the centering, and then we're going to be practicing a complete breath, which helps us with our relaxation response. And then in the movements, we'll be practicing strength and endurance poses and grounding poses, and we'll end with a relaxation pose at the end. So if you can just sit up tall, come forward up in your chair, and bring your knees over your feet. You can open or close your eyes, whichever is comfortable for you. Soften your eyes. The spaces between your eyes. Feel your sitting bones here, more firmly nestle your sitting bones as if into the earth. Feeling supported by your chair. Roll your shoulders up and back. Unclench your jaw. And now, as you bring attention to your breath, let's all be mindful of breathing for people who cannot breathe right now. And just feel the natural movements in your body from the movement of your breath. So take a deep breath, inhale through your nose, and exhale out through your mouth. And from a place of ease and stability, begin very gradually to breathe more deeply. Just feeling the natural effects of the breath in your body. So as you inhale, you grow taller and more spacious. And as you exhale, you quiet and relax. Inhale. Grow taller. Exhale, quiet and relax. So we're going to practice the complete breath. You can place your hand on your belly. Just breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And as you place your hands on your belly, inhale, feel your belly expand. And as you exhale, feel your belly relax and release. Inhale, feel your belly expand. Exhale, relax and release. Do a couple more of these belly breaths on your own. You can close your eyes if you wish. Now when you're ready, place your hands on your chest or your collarbone. Breathe in through your nose as your chest expands. Exhale as it releases. Breathe in through your nose. And exhale out as your chest releases. Just allow your breath to move in any way that's comfortable for you. There's no need to push or force. Now when you're ready, I'll invite you to place one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. And we're going to combine these movements. So you're going to breathe in through your nose, and you'll breathe in from your belly all the way up to your chest, and exhale out from your chest all the way down to your belly. So I can lead you for the first one, and then you can practice the complete breath on your own for 2 cycles, or whichever works for you. So as you breathe in, your belly expands, your chest expands, and then exhale from your chest all the way down to your belly. Inhale as you rise up. Exhale as you fall down all the way to your belly. And if you want to, you can place your hands wherever it's comfortable, if you don't want to keep it on your chest or your belly. And then when you're ready, you can place your hands back in your lap. And just go back to your natural breath, your home base. And as we'll be moving throughout this practice, for some poses or any movements that feel uncomfortable, you can always go back to this sitting position here. This is where you can always go back. So when you're ready, check in with your natural breath. We're going to do some warm-ups of the spine, just warming up our bodies as we start this morning. So on an inhale, reach your arms up overhead, interlace your fingers with your palms facing up towards the ceiling, and exhale, round your spine forward, your chin to your chest. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, round forward. Do a couple more on your own. Maybe if you want to move from side to side. And then we can meet at center together. So now we're going to we're going to place our hands behind either, you can place it behind your back, or you can place it on the chair here, or the sides of the chair, wherever is comfortable for you. So on inhale, grow tall. And then exhale, let your chest go up towards the ceiling. Maybe let your head go down. And then inhale, come back. Exhale, chest goes up towards the ceiling. And then go back as you inhale. Exhale, do a couple more on your own. And then when you're ready, you can be back at center. We're going to twist our spines. So on an inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, place your right hand on the chair, your left hand on your leg, or on the chair as well. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Breathe in and breathe out. And then when you're ready, we can meet at center. And we're going to go to the other side. So inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, place your left hand on the chair, your right hand on your leg or on your chair. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Notice where your breath is right now. Then when you're ready, you can meet at center again. And we're going to inhale, reach your arms up overhead. We're going to lean to the right side. So inhale, rise up. Exhale, you're going to twist to the right side of your body. Feel your sitting bones on the chair. If the neck is too much for you, you can place your neck down towards your chest. Feel your feet on the floor or on the books or blocks. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, twist to the other side. Stretch to the other side. Inhale. You can do a couple more on your own. Just waking up our bodies right now. Now when you're ready, place your hands back on your lap. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale out. So we're going to do some shoulder circles. So inhale, bring your shoulders up to your ears. Bring them down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Do a couple more on your own. Then when you're ready, you can meet at center. And we'll do some neck circles as well. So inhale, bring your chin to your chest. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Inhale, your head back. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. And then we'll meet back center here. Inhale, chin to chest. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale, lean your head back. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Now that we warmed our bodies up, we have two choices. You can either stay seated here in mountain pose, or you can stand up and stand next to the chair. And in mountain pose, this is where we develop a strong foundation throughout our movements. So we want to see if we can have our feet hip width distance apart, or 2 fists in between your feet. And just feel and imagine the center of gravity pulling you evenly between the feet. Your arms out to the side. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Tuck your tailbone in. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale out. Feel strong like a mountain. Feel supported on the floor right now. So we'll practice half sun salutations. I'll demonstrate sitting down in the chair. And if you want to, you can stand up practicing the sun salutation, the half sun salutation. So an inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, dive forward. Let your head be heavy. Your hands can either be on the floor. You can hold onto your elbows. And then inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Let your head be heavy. And then inhale, slowly rise up, vertebrae by vertebrae. And the last thing that should be rising up is your head. Inhale, rise up overhead. And then exhale, place your arms out to your side. So we'll do a couple more. So you can do a couple more on your own time. Slower and faster, whichever pace works for your body. And then when we're ready, we can meet together at center. Just notice what your body is feeling right now. If it feels a little different from 10 minutes ago. I'm going to rise up into mountain pose first. And we're going to practice a tree pose, a balancing pose, so we can use the chair for support if you need. So you can place your feet hip width distance apart, one hand on the chair, on the top of the chair. If you need another chair, you can use another chair for support on the other side. And as we're in mountain pose, just imagine there's a string that's pulling you between the area between your feet all the way up to the top of your head. Now see if you can feel all the weight on your left foot right now. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lift your right leg up. Place it below your knee or above your knee, whichever is comfortable for you. Or if you want to challenge, you can try out the challenge. Experiment with your own body. Now when you're ready, if you would like, you can grow your branches. So I'll just demonstrate right now, but I'll go back to where I was before. And see if you can find a steady gaze in front of you. And if you fall, that's okay. It's all about making mistakes, and we can learn from these mistakes. Now when you're ready, you can place your right foot back down. Notice the difference from your right leg to your left leg, if there is a difference. Breathe in through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. we'll go to the opposite side. So whatever we do in yoga, we always do to the opposite. So see, first imagine all the weight on your right leg, on your right foot. And then on an inhale, lift your left leg up and place it below or above your knee, or it could be on your foot as well. And then see if you can find a slight gaze in front of you. Breathe in and exhale out. And place your hands on your hips as well. And then when you're ready, you can release. Place your foot back down. Notice what you're feeling in your body right now. And then we're going to sit back down on our chair. You can use the blocks or the books, whatever is comfortable for you, on the floor. And we're going to practice eagle pose. An eagle pose helps us relax, and it's also like a massage in the upper back area. So first, on an inhale, extend your arms in front of you. And then exhale, place your left arm over your right arm. Bend your elbows. Maybe palms touch or back of palms touch. See if you can raise your shoulders up on an inhale. And then exhale, fold forward. Let your head be heavy, your brain be heavy. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward again. Do a couple more on your own. If it's also too much for you, you can also do it this way, like you're hugging yourself, which is also another form which you'll still feel it in your back. And when you're ready, you can meet back at center. And we'll go to the other side. So inhale, extend your arms out. This time, lift your right arm over your left arm, bend your elbows. Maybe the back of your palms touch, or the front of your palms touch. On an inhale, lean back if you would like. Lift your shoulders up. Exhale, fold forward. Let your brain be heavy. Just let your head go. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, as you fold forward. Do a couple more on your own speed. If you want to stay in the back bend for a bit, or stay in the forward fold for a bit, do whatever works for your body. You know your body best. And we can meet at center together. Then we'll practice the pigeon pose. And pigeon pose helps us stretch our hip flexors. So from pigeon pose here in the chair, you feel more supported. So if you would like, you can place your hands out to the side when you're ready. On inhale, grow tall. Exhale, lift your right leg up and place it over your left leg. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, you can fold forward. And if it becomes too much for you, just stop and you can go back and inhale as you rise up. Just do what's comfortable for you. You may feel a stretch here. You can also grab the like upper part of the chair if you want to feel more of a stretch. You may feel the stretch on your arms as well. And then when you're ready, you can rise up. And we can go to the other side. Before we go to the other side, just notice the difference between your right leg and your left leg right now. There is a difference. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lift your left leg up and place it over your right leg. As we prepare for Pigeon Pose, inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Take a few cycles of breath on your own in this pose. And then when you're ready, you can rise up. As we prepare for relaxation pose. So you can use the blocks or the books, or if you don't have anything like that, that's okay also. Just see if you can find a comfortable position where you're relaxed. And then just place your head back, your body back against the chair as we prepare for a mindfulness exercise led by Barnaby Spring. So just find a comfortable seat. All right, so Barnaby Spring, we're ready to hear you.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you, Sasha. It's wonderful to be here this morning and to be a part of the Yoga and Mindfulness Teacher Training Program offering. I'd like to invite you to investigate the practice of mindfulness, which is defined as paying attention on purpose in a particular way to what arises in the present moment without judging. And it's a form of inquiry. We inquire, and it's rooted in the first part of inquiry, which is just investigating our internal lives. So I would invite you just to think about taking a seat. And when you take a seat, there's a sense of your feet being grounded on the floor. And you could even think of your feet sort of extending down into the earth like the roots of a tree, which is a way to give you a sense of stability, as if the earth is rising up to meet you. The knees are above the ankles. And your rear, your sits bones, is resting fully on the chair. So you're not sort of perched up in the front, you're not slouched back, you're not on one cheek or the other cheek, but there's this sense of your sits bones being on the chair, and your spine is from beneath the belly button down low is rooted down into the floor. But your spine is also extending up towards the ceiling. It's as if, as Sasha said earlier, there's a string that's holding you up so that you can simply have this sense of a relaxed, awakened, and uplifted posture. So you're not forcing yourself to sit up military style. You're just open. Your chest is open. And your head is resting just in a relaxed way on your neck at the very top of the spine. This is all part of what we call taking your seat. And there's a lot to it. Because just like a scientist who's preparing to conduct inquiry, so too are we like scientists, in that we are going to conduct inquiry around our experience. So I would invite you, as a last part of the taking your seat after you've made sure that your hands are rested comfortably in your lap and your shoulders are open and your eyes can either be closed or they can be gazing down at the floor. I would invite you for the last part of this taking your seat to simply check in with you. And one way you can do it is to simply say, how are you? You're saying that to yourself. You're just sort of saying, how are you this morning? You could also simply check in with yourself and say, what's really going on here today? It's almost like our mind keeps on telling us what's really going on here, and our body, our emotions, and our thoughts are also waiting for their voices to be heard. So we take some time out and we can pay attention to our thoughts. We can pay attention to our feelings. We can pay attention to the physical sensations. So we're in our seat. The natural sense of integrity, whatever that means for you, an internal kind of integrity. And you're just settling into the stillness and the silence. And then you'll notice that your breath, your natural breath, just begins to take over. So it's not a contrived kind of breathing, no kind of breathing that you're making up. It's just, how do you naturally breathe? And it's an opportunity to really focus in on how the breath works in our body, this precious gift of breathing. How the breath comes in, how the breath goes out. The pause before the inhale and the exhale. Really no longer taking the breath for granted, but really valuing this simple thing that we all do, which is breathing. And settling into that, and let your breath be like the waves on a beach that come in and go out just as your breath does. Or your breath can be like sitting on a horse and you're riding the horse and you stay with the horse every step of the way. Then I would invite you to focus your mind on the object of your breath. That's the technical, the inquiry term, the scientific term, like our students who are developing critical thinking skills. That's a focus your mind on the object of the breath. Another way you could say it is simply, now we're going to pay attention to our breathing. I invite you to just sustain that stillness and that silence and pay attention now to your breath. Notice where it comes in, where you have a felt experience of it. Do you feel it at your nose? Do you feel it in your chest? Do you feel it in your belly? Where does your breath happen for you as a felt experience, something you feel? And while you're doing this, you can notice and appreciate the sounds in the room, outside of the room. You can notice tension in your body and you can relax it. Allow the breath to simply make friends with the tension. You're taking your seat. You're focusing your mind on the breath. And now we would conduct the inquiry or the exercise. And that is to see if for 5 full complete breaths, one inhale and one exhale being a full complete breath, if you can simply keep your mind paying attention or on the object of your breath. And we'll do that together right now. And then I'd invite you to gently wiggle your toes. You can tap your fingers on your knees and just gently come back to the room. Sometimes if you do a long stretch, you can reach your arms up and you can, relax. But the main thing that I'd like to get across here is that you might have noticed that while you're paying attention to your breath, thoughts occur, thinking happens. You're having thoughts about what's going to happen today, what am I going to have for breakfast, who's my first student of the day, or you're having feelings. Maybe you're having feelings of sadness, because we're living in times where there's a great deal of sadness going on, of loss and grief or frustration. And those feelings deserve to be noticed, appreciated, and not judged, right? Mindfulness is paying attention on purpose, the way we're doing this on purpose, in a particular way, focusing on our breath, to what arises. Everything is just fine. We don't judge it. We notice it, we appreciate it, and then here's the key thing. You gently bring your mind back to paying attention to your breath. And the second you notice that you've been taken away by a thought or a feeling or a physical sensation, you come back to the breath. Let's try that again. And the moment that you notice, we'll do it for 3 breaths this time. And then I would invite you to practice doing that. And every time you notice, uh-oh, there goes a thought, or uh-oh, there goes a feeling, or uh-oh, there goes a physical sensation, gently, without judging or punishing yourself, saying, I'm not doing this right, because that's absolutely not true. The very moment of your awareness and of your bringing your attention back to your breath, that is mindfulness. Let's try it for 3 breaths. And then you come back gently. That is the basic foundational practice of mindfulness-based stress reduction. It's a wonderful gift and opportunity to share this practice, mostly because when our students and our teachers and our principals and our families tell us about how this is helping them to develop resilience and attention skills when they're taking tests, or even when they're navigating the streets of their neighborhoods, they have a kind of resilience that helps them holistically in every aspect of their life. And at this point, I thank you, and I would like to give you back to the co-director of the Yoga Mindfulness Teacher Preparation Program, Stephen Strong.
Thank you so much, Barnaby, and thank you, Sasha, and thank you all for joining us in our practice this morning. Normally, I'd have something pithy to say, or I might try to get a snicker or a laugh. It doesn't feel like that week, and I'd just like to remind us a couple of things that were said during our practice today. Barnaby said we can no longer take the breath for granted. And I think we're learning that. I think we should have learned that before, and I think we're learning that collectively in real time now. And as we head into the weekend, Sasha asked us to breathe for those who can't. So to close our practice today, I'm going to ask everyone to take a deep breath in through your nose and let it out with a sigh. Have a wonderful weekend. Be safe, and join us next Wednesday for our next live practice, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And we will see you again next Friday for our morning practice. And of course, you can check out our recorded content at our website, www.ymtpp.org. Thanks so much, and have a wonderful weekend.